Hello there, I'm Vlad. Welcome to Mars or Moon channel. In today's video we are going to look at another GigaPen and snapshots. So we will see what the other people see on the snapshot of this particular GigaPen. It's a GigaPen posted by Neville Thompson. Credit goes to him. Thank you, Neville. He posted it on the 15th of February 2020, and it's a GigaPen from the soles 2663, 2671 between them. So let's have a look. Let's zoom it out. And here on the left side are the snapshots. So let's dive into it. So the first one is some underground entrance. Well, it looks like some entrance, but obviously it is just some opening in a rock, because as you can see there is no clear access. It's on the hill. There is a sand. If there would be something, it wouldn't look like this. I don't think so. So that's all for this snapshot. Let's go to another one. Sloth arms. It reminds to that the person's animal, sloth, but as you can see it's just a rock sticking out of the sand slope, which it doesn't look any other to me, just like as I said. This one is a dwelling entrance. Well, we have two rocks, because here you can see the light coming from the top. So these two rocks are not connected. It means that it's just a coincidence from this point of view. There is some opening, some cave thing, but especially not here on this side. This is interesting, but we know that these kind of rocks, which are on Mars, are very common, sticking out, because the rocks are weathering. So that's interesting, but more or less I don't find it some interesting. This one is lion head, top left, legs at right. Okay. Well, for me it's just a stone in a field of stones on this slope, and as you can see there is plenty of stones. Let's go to another one. Okay, this is some signs they see there, but okay, it looks, there is something, but doesn't look like that. And if this stone fell off from this cliff, those signs would be also here, but we can't see them anywhere. So I don't think it's something with signs, it's just the rock. Okay, this is far away. It has alluring non-random appearance. Well, it's some kind of butte, a little hill with rocks sticking out. Funny shape, but as you can see there are such rocks everywhere around it, so basically I don't think it's something extra. Okay, let's have a look at another one. There is no comment basically, and yeah, rocks again. Next one. Not natural. Well, the shape is strange, that's true, but as we saw a few minutes ago, these sticking out rocks are very common on Mars, and I don't think it would be something other, man-made or some artificial. Okay, let's have a look at another one. Oh, this is very blurry, but it's obviously some other peak of a stone which is behind this horizon, so more or less. Next one. Okay, yeah, funny shape, true, but such a funny shapes has every second rock on this slope, which these rocks are covered by sand, and as the sand is covering them from sides, it creates sometimes funny shapes. So that's all for it. This looks like a two-wheel contraption. Well, basically there is something roundish, but as you can see, it's just a small rock stone in the slope, nothing special. Good. Next one, we have this one, that's those cliffs markings. Next is doesn't look like it matches the rest of the rocks. Okay, that's interesting. Let's have a look at this. It's a it's a big rock which fell off from this cliff, probably because the weathering or some earthquake, and two sides are pretty flat, but look, such a flat rocks are everywhere around with 90 degrees angles, so I wouldn't consider this as something man-made or artificial, but what is what is boggling my mind is how these two stones, which are on top of it, end up there. Because there is nobody who could put them there, and if they fell off this cliff, how in the hell they could end up on a side of the rock which is 45 degrees steep, and they didn't fell off straight away, they didn't slide off this side, because as you can see they are clearly just there, not as a part of this rock. They are there like if they fell off and they landed there. But how is it possible, guys, that these two stones are there and they didn't slip off? If you have some ideas, let me know. I was talking about this particle thing in my other video, you can go and check it. And I don't know, I just don't understand how this could end up. If you have some ideas, let me know, I will appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, let's have a look at another snapshot. That's eyes, nose, mouth, bird. Okay, well, it looks like a face, but the rest is just a rock, which means that this shape is made by the shape of the rock and the light which is there, so I don't think it's some sculpture or something like that. Here the description is triangles, so the cracks in the rock which looks like triangles, but nothing special. Okay, let's go and let's have a look at another. So here is no comment, but yeah, obviously a rock. And most of these findings, so-called, on these gigapens are basically rocks. As you can see here, another one, a rock, because our stone in among the other stones which are there, every one looks strange, funny shapes. This has no comments, it's something this dark there, but it could be also the corner and the shadow. Obviously it's too far, and especially with this puke color of the Mars which they are putting on the pictures, it's very difficult to see, because with zoom in we are losing, it's blurry, so we will see. Okay, let's have a look at another one. This one is oh yes, there is some strange lines, but obviously strange lines are everywhere, so it's probably some cracks in the stones which have this shape. Okay, this one is a sculptured stone. Sculpted stone. Well, doesn't look like something artificial or not natural. Obviously there are some funny shapes, but they don't make sense. As you can see here, if you zoom in to most of these rocks, you can see the funny shape. This looks like some kind of petrified wood, which obviously is not, it's just a rock. So you can find such things everywhere on Mars. This snapshot says remains of structures. Okay, and other stones. Though this is interesting. You look at this flat stone as it ends up here, but again, it can happen. These smaller stones are on it because it's not so steep, it's pretty flat, so all natural. This snapshot, we can carry on. It's a stone sticking out of the sand. We've got another shape of a face, but we know that if you would look from different angle, the shape would disappear. It will be just a rock. Big sculpture. Well, there are stone rocks again. It's not very likely. Okay, looks like a pyramid man. Well, it looks like a top of the hill or peak, which is probably even behind this horizon, and it's taller. So pyramid should have special shape, which you would see there straight away on the first sight. This next snapshot, yeah, we've got another rock. This one has no comments, but yep, it's a rough rock in a shadow. Here is the flattened, also here because of the wind. Here in the corner the rock is still rough as it was many years ago, so nothing special. This snapshot is showing interesting, but again, here you've got the layering, and here the rock was weathered, and the top rock, which is probably harder, stayed, and that's how it was created. It's happening also here on Earth, very common. We've got some arches from the rocks, etc., because the rock itself doesn't have the same density. Some rocks are softer, some are harder, and that's why it can happen like this. This looks some like kind of housing or some building, but as you can see, there it is on the slope without some access, and below it definitely looks like the rocks. Okay, and here is the last one, which shows again just a rock with a funny shape, and basically that's it. Alright, so we looked at all of them, more or less, apart of that one which had the very steep angle and those stones on top of it, which I was mentioning. I didn't find anything interesting. I don't know how about you. If you saw something, let me know in the comments, and thank you very much for the watching. See you soon, guys. Bye.